Can you hang on? Somebody from the VA is calling me. Can you hang on 1 second? Hello?
Yeah, I called and they said that they tried to get them and they changed your address. First they sent it out to the wrong place, then they sent it to the right place. And the Danbury and the UT
Uh,
um, have yet to respond with any medical records. But the rest of it we'll just have to work on tomorrow because I just happened to catch someone at 6. I mean, that came in at 6.
oh, okay.
So I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, Rex, I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. That was the guy, Rex, down there. He's trying to help me with my disability claim down there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it's like I said, one thing that you can do is you can, and they're not good choices. One is to go to shelter. Um, Another is that you can just stay in your apartment and they will have to force an eviction. And that buys about 6 weeks of time. Another thing that you can do is you could go to them and ask for rather than an eviction, what's called a mutual rescission. Mutual rescission means that both you and the apartment manager agree that you're going to leave, and kind of leave in good standing that way that it does not affect your record that you were evicted.
Yeah, right. Because if they put an eviction on my thing, then I won't be able to rent anywhere else.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So I can't stay here. I can't stay here until they evict me. And they already telling me, I need to be out on the 31st. So I don't think any mutual agreement can be made along those ends. They said that somebody is already rented this apartment out. So they have to get it ready for inspection for that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you, are there any? I know that you at one time had movers, and I think I recommended that you either reschedule them or something. I don't know what you did with that.
Yeah, I told them that I didn't think that I was going to be moving out on the 31st. So
Okay. Okay.
um,
The other is you can call them up and ask them to see if they can move you and put your things in storage.
yeah, I'm hoping that they'll do that because I mean, as is, they're telling me I got to forfeit my deposit.
Right. Right. And I know that you don't want to do that.
So I can move my stuff in storage, but that leaves me here with my cats and nowhere to go. So
I know. At this point, because it's such a crisis situation, is there any way you could stay with your mom for a little bit?
well, that I'd stayed with them in the past, and and my stepdad is not my stepdad is not really wanting to do that.
Yeah. How about you? I know that you had a friend who was been very helpful in the past. How about your friend? Is it a possibility you could stay with your friend?
No, his wife is she's Japanese, and she don't even want me over there to have dinner.
Oh, okay.
She's very
Okay.
jealous of me because of our relationship, and
Mm.
she doesn't even know that he talks to me. So
Oh, okay. So that's not gonna work.
and that's the only friend that I have. I haven't been able to make any friends over here because there's the people I tried to befriend over here stole stuff from me, and
Yes, I know.
and everybody else over here. I was sexually abused by two different black men as a child, and though I'm not a racist or whatever, I have an aversion towards black men because of that. So it's just it's and that's all that's here is mostly colored people, and I don't have a problem with them, but I just can't make friends with them though.
That's right. Well, and at this point, it's too. There really isn't anything you can do about that now, and I know it's not been a safe place either. So I do know that has been an issue as well. There are other programs, but it's kind of like a long-term program, and I don't know if you have any interest in it, and I don't know if they have any openings, but it's called Asset Building Network,
Uh-huh.
and it's over here in Houston, it's on the southwest side town, kind of like Sharpstown,
Uh-huh.
and it's called Apartment Landing. And what they do is kind of like transitional housing. So they kind of they allow you to be in an apartment. You have to pay 30% like you do now with HUD VASH, but you would not have your voucher anymore. What would happen is you would live in this place. They have case managers and stuff over there, and it would be you could stay there for like 9 months until you're able to find a place for you to stay.
But I would no longer have a voucher to go anywhere.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. I don't know how that would work. I would have to call Ms. Escamilla. I don't know if you can, if you released it and then applied back for it, after you were able to get out. That's the only thing that I can think of that you need to be able to try to figure out what you're going to do, because other than that is the shelters, and I know that you know the shelters, and it's not a good alternative for you to go to.
Well, they won't let you take pets there anyway.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the only companionship that I have. I'm over here alone all the time. I don't have any companionship or affection or anything from anything but these cats, and I've had 2 of them for 15 years.
I know you have. I know, I've had cats for that long too, and dogs too, so I know how important that is to you, Mr. Frank. I do realize that importance. By any chance, do you have any money set aside that you could go to a hotel or something? Is that a possibility?
Well, that's about $50-$60 a day, to stay at a hotel, and I don't have enough money to stay at a hotel for a month.
Yeah.
I don't have, that's what Talk had suggested, that I go and stay at a place that you rent by the day, or just stay in my car. Was his suggestion. So.
Yeah, and I really don't. I really don't want you to have to stay in your car. I mean, I know you have trouble with your back, and it would be also stressful not only for you but for the cats as well.
Well, I think I got a little tent down there in my garage at my dad's. I could go put a tent somewhere out here in the woods.
Yeah.
And
and I think I saw you had cat cages, so you could put the cats in a cage if you needed.
Yeah, but they can't stay in a cage 24 hours a day. I mean, they gotta.
You don't want them wandering out in the woods either.
Yeah, but I don't know what else to do.
I'm not real sure what else to do either, but I can try to find, try to make some phone calls and try to see if there's any other possibility. I know that there are some possibilities. It's just the difficulty is wanting to be sure that you're with your cats. And a lot of the places, the shelters and these different places, they may not allow pets. The one place that I did tell you about, I don't even know if they accept pets. So I will need to try to find that out.
Yeah, but like I said, if I relinquish my voucher, then I'm gonna be, eventually I would be homeless again anyway.
Yeah. And I don't want that to happen either. And I think at this point what our plan was, or at least what I was thinking was, I was hoping that when you got paid, that you would be able to get that $98 or whatever it was in a money order, and I could take it over there so they could take that off of your record so you can rent an apartment.
Where would I rent an apartment at?
Well, no, I mean not immediately. Not immediately. I think I don't think there's any apartment that is ready for you to move in immediately. I do know that you had talked about Angleton, and I did find a list of apartments at Angleton, but you still need to have that. One of the things that the lady said was that if we could get that paid, that she would write a letter, and they may be a little bit more lax in Angleton than they are here.
Well, why doesn't Harris County pay the balance due over there? Taco had sent, and it's in my e-vet there, where he said that he had contacted the Harris County Housing Authority and that they had discussed with the apartment manager over there that it was okay for me to stay there. So this was all pre-authorized through the VA and through Harris County and the apartment manager. I don't even understand why all this stuff wasn't taken care of like I was told it was being taken care of.
I know.
I was kind of counting on getting a deposit back from that place over there to pay the deposit at the Britmore for my pet deposit over there, because that's $300, and so the money I'm supposed to be getting from them is not coming. They're saying that there's just like $700 they want over there, and even if I were to stay here another month, they wouldn't extend my thing here. It would be month to month, so they want another $200 a month to stay here another month anyway.
Yes.
Goes to market rate plus $100. So I don't have my bank account is like $30 in my bank account before my next deposit comes in, and my brakes on my car are have been squealing for about 3 months, so I have to get my brakes fixed because they'll do $800-900 worth of damage to the brake discs if they don't get changed. So I've got to have a vehicle that I can get to these appointments that they're making me down there. They're supposed to be having me see somebody down there about a wheelchair, and they're trying to see some acupuncture people down there and all this stuff, and I can't. MetroLift is just not an option. It takes, it hurts me so bad to use MetroLift that there's nothing they could do down there at the VA to justify that.
I know.
It's a 2-hour ride to and there. It's sometimes 30 or 40 minutes of sitting out there waiting for them to show up because they never get there on time. So a trip to and from the VA, even if I was just going there to pick up a prescription, could be a 6-hour thing. And I can't sit up that long,
No, I know.
And that's why I've come to you guys and I'm in this program and asking people to help me, and I'm being forced out of this apartment with nowhere to go, and I don't know what to do.
Well, I do know that Harris County said that they would pay a portion of the rent for April. and I think that payment is already in the works, and so I don't know if that will make a difference or not. Do you have the telephone number of the apartment managers by any chance, where you are now?
No, I just go down there and talk to them. I try not to call them on the phone because I try to. If you don't go down there and talk to them, you won't know who you talk to, and they'll say you never talked to them. So there's.
Let me tell me the name of the apartments again.
Pecan Square on Cranbrook.
Pecan Square. I couldn't remember it. Hold on, let me try to see if I can find it. Okay, on Cranbrook. Oh gosh. Let me go ahead and try to call them real quick, and then I'll give you a call back.
Okay.
Okay? And the apartment is at 505 or 507?
Yeah, it's 505.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.